Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and in today's video is something a little bit more serious, I would say. If you are not aware, on the 19th of November 2022 is going to be the general election, the 15th general election for Malaysia. This general election, as always, will play an important part in deciding whether if you can help to make Malaysia a better place. The reason why I'm making this video is hopefully I'll be able to help you guys, especially if you're the first time overseas voters, and hopefully you guys have already registered for your overseas postal vote, because the closing date for applications are because the closing date was the 23rd of October. So if you managed to do so, you know, congratulations, very well. And if you are unable to do so, do not worry. At the end of this video, I'll be telling you guys how you can help, because as long as you're a Malaysian and if you're over 18, and especially if you're going back to Malaysia during that period of time, it will be extremely helpful. A lot of the Malaysians that are staying overseas. So you might be wondering why you should vote, and also you might be thinking, why would my vote matter? Well, basically, every vote does count. And you have an Instagram account, you can look at this video by this username Dabal, and basically he mentions he will explain why your vote counts, and I'll leave the link I'll leave a link to his video directly so that you can check it out. Honestly, every vote does matter, and this user, he actually makes videos in both languages, English and Bahasa Melayu. I think it's really good that he has done these videos in 2 of these languages, being bilingual itself. You can, you know, for the older generations, if they do need to understand why and they are not very good in English, they can always look at the Malay video and try to understand why every vote matters, because it seems like there is a significant number of people that have registered being able to vote, but they do not carry out their duty to vote. So here is the process of the whole voting procedure, and hopefully this will be helpful if you're a first time overseas voter like myself. I've tried to gather all the information that I can find, either from Facebook groups or Telegram or Instagram posts, and you know, by gathering all of this information on what to do once you have received your ballot. Once you have already registered through the MySPR website and you've been confirmed via email that you are you have been approved to be a overseas postal voter. Next comes the voting part. So once you have received your postal vote in the post, I believe they're nominating people on the 5th of November, and that's when they will send the postal votes out. So by the time it reaches to us, either being in the UK or the US or Australia or wherever, these votes are not going to make it in time back to Malaysia if you were to post it back using the usual courier services. Once you have received your postal votes in the post, you might then need to know how to cast your vote. So basically, I will put a link to several videos, and they will, you know, tell you on how to actually cast your vote. A lot of the times, because we are so far away from Malaysia, these votes we will not receive them until nearing the election date itself. So I will leave a few video references just to help you to understand what you need when it comes to casting your votes. The most important thing that you have to remember when it comes to casting your votes, you have to get a witness, and the witness has to be a Malaysian, and he or she needs to be 18 years old or older, as this is an actual requirement. So before you finish casting off your vote, there will be a piece of paper or form where your witness have to sign, just to ensure that, you know, you have to complete the form, and the form is called Borang Dua, or form number 2. If not, your postal votes will be null and void. So you have to make sure that you get another Malaysian adult to act as your witness. You may find difficulty in locating another Malaysian to be a witness. What I would then suggest for you to do, go on to Facebook groups. I'll put some links of the Facebook groups that I've joined, and you should be able to hopefully find someone in your district or nearby so that you can meet up and then you can be each other's witnesses. You don't have to be a witness to just one person. You can be witness to several other people as well. From that's the information that I got from one of the admins from the group. So if you have difficulty in finding a Malaysian nearby you, I would suggest doing that. Join all these Facebook groups such as, let me see the names. So you can join the Facebook groups such as the Malaysian GE15 Overseas Postal Voting FAQ. There is also Global Malaysian Network, GMN. These are several of the Facebook groups that I've joined, and then you can get quite a lot of information on there, and hopefully you'll be able to find someone near you. And if you are from the UK, there is this specific group on Instagram called, you can follow Vote Malaysia UKE Instagram, and then follow them on Telegram as well, so that you can find out a lot more information. I believe they just posted a new post saying that they would have a Zoom. So if you are a Malaysian that is studying or residing overseas and you are, interested in this virtual postal voting workshop, so if you're a first timer like myself, and you don't know what to do, you can join this Zoom call. And they haven't posted how to attend the workshop. I can't find the link at the moment, but if you follow them on Instagram, and hopefully they'll be posting all the information on there soon. So yeah, a lot of the information you can find on this Facebook groups that you have done as casting your votes, and you've got your signature, you have got your witness signature. The next thing you have to consider is how you want to bring your votes back to Malaysia. And bear in mind, the votes need to arrive to Malaysia on the 19th of November 2022. If you have received your postal votes much earlier, you can send them via courier. If not, you can go on to Facebook groups. There is a list of people that are actually flying back home during that point of time. So a lot of the information that is given on this Excel sheet, they're all given in good faith, so hopefully nobody is manipulating the information given. Do not just share any of the contact numbers or email addresses out to the public for malicious purposes. As the hashtag kita jaga kita. I love this hashtag, kita jaga kita. So you can find there is 2 Excel lists that is I will not be sharing this Excel list because obviously it contains a lot of personal information, but if you do want to find them, you can join these Facebook groups, and they usually have a pinned post for all these Excel lists for the flyers or the coordinators in your area. You can see for this list that says G15 local coordinators, there's quite a number of Malaysians that are ready to coordinate in Australia, Germany, Japan, Hong Kong, New Zealand, Singapore, Taiwan, Thailand, even in the United Arab Emirates, and even in the UK, because I can see from yesterday, they've just updated this. It wasn't here yesterday, all this information, so I can see that there's quite a number of them. So there are 2 different lists. So one is the coordinator, so someone who will be helping to coordinate all your votes and putting them all together and hopefully passing them on to a flyer. And then you've got G15 flyers if you want to just personally meet up with the flyer straight. So there's quite a number of them in London, Singapore, Ho Chi Minh, and so on and so forth. So yeah, getting all this information from Facebook groups are one of the ways that you can, you know, and hopefully ensure that your votes back to Malaysia in time. Although there is a slight disclaimer, as not all submissions have been verified, so we have to do our own due diligence to ensure that, you know, our votes are going into safe hands. So that is one of the best ways I believe to get your votes back home. I believe there will be a number of individuals under the Undi 18 body. So there'll be volunteers standby in KLIA. So if you have passed on your votes to the flyers, and the flyers are not, you know, if they are not from your specific area, they can just pass on your votes to these Undi 18 volunteers, who will then, you know, delegate all the votes into their specific areas. If you want to get your votes to this Undi 18 volunteers, they will only be in KLIA from the 15th of November from 2 p.m. till the 18th November at 10 a.m. So election day is on the 19th. That's the reason why they put it on only until the 18th of November at 10 a.m. I think it's because they need time to, you know, distribute and delegate all the votes to all the specific areas. So they have to collect all the ballots from their own network, and they will also accept ballots from anyone who would hand it to them. So as I said, the beginning portion is mostly for Malaysians who are able to register as an overseas voter. However, now comes to the part where those who are unable to register for the overseas voter, this is how you can help. So there's a lot of volunteers that are needed for this particular for four particular roles. The first role will be flyers. If you are, you know, in the area away from Malaysia and flying back to Malaysia between the 10th to 18th of November, and if you're able to hand carry the votes back to Malaysia, that is absolutely one way you can help. The next role will be coordinators. For example, if you are currently in the UK, such as London, you can coordinate with a lot more Malaysians in there to help collect all the votes to pass on to the flyers. We need more than one flyers, obviously, because it's about 100,000 registered overseas voters. So one person can't single-handedly carry about 5,000-6,000 votes. We need a lot more people. We need a lot more flyers to be able to bring back the votes for the rest of us. And the coordinators will help to coordinate with the flyers and passing on the votes from the voters back to Malaysia. And then the next role will be witnesses. As I mentioned earlier, it is a requirement for this current general election that you would need to witness all your overseas ballot papers, which is called the Saksi Borang Dua. This technically makes it a little bit more difficult for a lot of Malaysians who are unable to find other Malaysians. But if you are able to, as long as you are a Malaysian and you're over 18 years old, you can volunteer to be a witness for the registered voter. And lastly is runners in Malaysia. We need runners in Malaysia to bring all the votes that we have received from the flyers back to the local constituencies. So yeah, I'll leave the link to the form if you are willing to be a volunteer for any of these roles. And hopefully this is you know, the amazing race, one of the greatest amazing ways of bringing the votes back to Malaysia. So if you have any other questions, please let me know. I'll try my best to find out. If I make any mistake in regards to passing on that information, please let me know so that I can correct my mistake to ensure that I'm giving you all the correct information, because I know a lot of people are unable to vote before, and especially if you're a first time overseas voter, you might not know what to do. So I hope this video helps. So pass this video on to anyone who you think might need this information, and then we can all hope and pray for the best for our general election, for our 15th general election for Malaysia. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.